This is a ruby slipper that I made. I did. About 30 years ago, there was a book called The Ruby Slippers of Oz, a great account of what became of the 4 surviving pairs of slippers. But what intrigued me was a diagram for how the ruby slippers were made, the original ones. They told through a diagram how the sequins were laid out in a fish scale pattern, and of course how the bow was made with bugle beads and rhinestones and red satin. And I followed it very carefully. This is just one of the shoes. I have both. But I started with a pair of 1938 women's pumps, size 6B. Some have insisted Judy wore 5B, but most accounts verify she did wear a 6B. So I tried to match it as closely as I could. And then I think I spent about $110 on rhinestones, bugle beads, and red sequins, and then proceeded to practically lose my mind over the next 2 to 3 weeks as I glued down sequins one by one by one by one. But nonetheless, and you can see I even painted the bottom of the soles red, just like the originals. That's how I ended up with a pair of ruby slippers. And I thought, just to give them a little more authenticity, I live 15 minutes from Hollywood Forever Cemetery, where Judy Garland has her magnificent mausoleum, her final resting place. And you may know the story. She was originally interred in New York, outside of New York City, against the wishes of her 3 children. It was her husband, her final husband, Mickey Deans, who decided to inter her there. Well, the children, many years later, brought Judy's remains out to Los Angeles, specifically to Hollywood, because that's where they felt she wanted to be laid to rest, and they wanted to be closer to her, and a beautiful mausoleum was built just for Judy Garland at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. So anyway, to give these shoes a bit more authenticity, I went to Judy's grave and I held the pair up to her grave, close to Judy Garland herself, just to give it that little extra touch. So anyway, I just wanted to share these with you. Please like and subscribe my channel, Chuck's Captivating Chronicles.